Okay, like what I've said just now, this is called the frequency table, whereas this is called the cumulative frequency table. As this word suggests, right, it sort of accumulates. Understand? Okay, now, how to get from a frequency table to a cumulative frequency table? Now, can you see that this one is like that, and this one is just less than equals to 2? Correct? This is less than equal to 4, whereas this one is from 2 to 4. Now, do you agree that this one includes the previous one? Less than equals to 4 also includes less than equals to 2, right? Okay, so how do we get from a frequency table to a cumulative frequency table? I show you. This one will be 8, right? You add up. There was 8 plus 16. 24. Good. Then this one will become 36. This one will become 40. That's how I get this number. And one thing that is very good about a cumulative frequency is that the last one is the total number of people. Understand? The last frequency for cumulative frequency is the total number of people in that particular survey or in a particular group. Okay, now, if I get from frequency table to cumulative frequency, I add, right? How do I get from this back to this? I must subtract, right? I must minus right now. Can you see what's 8 minus 3? I get 5. Can you see? It's 5 over there. So what's 24 minus, what's that? 24 minus 8, not 5. 16. Can you see it? You must minus the previous one. So 26 minus 24, you get 12. What's 40 minus 36? You get 4. Can you see? You get the other way around. Is that understood? Okay, and this last number here is the total number of people in that particular set of data that we are collecting. Is that understood here? So I repeat, from frequency table to cumulative, you add. From cumulative to frequency, you minus. And you minus what? The previous one. Everybody clear? Okay. Alright, now, next. I want to look at this particular table. Look at the classes. I just look at these two classes. Can you see this one is more than 2, less than equal to 4? This one is more than 4, less than equal to 6. Can you see 4 can only belong to here? Yesterday, I think I did mention. You cannot have it belonging to 2 classes. Then you cannot. You're double counting. Is that clear with what I'm saying here? Now, you can have this type. You can also have this type. I'm going to show you. Can you look at the next page? Look at this one. Can you tell me what's the difference between this and this? Can you see this one? The 2 is included in the next class instead. This 4 is included in the next class instead. Can you see it? That means it's like that. T. Can you see there's a difference here? Okay, so when we write the frequency table like that, that means the cumulative frequency will become like that now. T less than 2, T less than 4, T less than 6, T less than 8, T less than 10. We follow the last one. Everybody clear? Now, don't worry. In the exam, you'll be very, very clear whether is it less than or less than or equal to. Because it means different thing. You understand? Okay? That means if I want number of, let's say this is a number of students spend, number of hours, 40 students spend on computer. Less than 6. I cannot have 6 here, right? 6 will be over the other side. Am I to say that? Okay, what if it is like that? Then it's less than or equal to 6. 6 is included there. So we have to be careful which one, but in the exam it will be very, very clear which one it involves. Everybody can? So we can have a less than situation. We can also have a less than equal situation. Everybody okay? Alright, good. Now, then can you take a look at page 66? Sorry, page 77, my mistake. Page 77. Okay, look at here. From the above class discussion, okay, we learned that the cumulative frequency of a particular value can be obtained by adding up the frequencies which are less than or equal to or less than that value, depending on whether we are given a less than or equal frequency table or just a less than table respectively. So do not have to worry about this. The question will be very, very clear. Okay? Alright, now next. I'm going on to practice now 1A. I want everybody, don't do first, don't do first. Can you please listen to me first, okay? I'm going to teach you first. Now, we're going to do this together because nowadays they like you to convert from frequency to cumulative frequency or cumulative frequency back to frequency. Okay, usually it's cumulative frequency back to frequency because the cumulative can be drawn on a cumulative frequency curve. Okay, can you all look at this question? The length of 40 insects of a certain species were measured to the nearest milliliter. The frequency distribution is given in the table below. So they give you this. Now you know that all these must add up to what? 40, right? Now they say construct a cumulative frequency table for the given data. Okay, can you draw beside it? Okay. Can you write down here length x and m, and then this one, right? Cumulative frequency. Alright? And then can you copy down this answer for the cumulative frequency? All of you do it now. See that? Later, can you please remember to leave the file in my box before you leave the school, okay? Alright. Now, we will get to how you get the other figure. I think you should know how to get to the other figure. Okay? I think it's quite fast, right? Can get? Can you get to the other figure? Okay, let us see. How do I get this one? Nothing, so just one. How do I get this? 1 plus 3. Then 6 plus 4, 10. 10 plus 12, 22. 22 plus 10, 32. 32 plus 6, 38. 38 plus 2, 40. Now, can you see the total number of insects is 40? Correct? Now, if you don't get 40, then what does it mean? You make a mistake. You make a mistake, that's all. Everybody clear? Okay, now, then we are going to answer the questions that follow. All of you look at part 1. Construct a cumulative frequency table for the given data. We have already done so. Using the cumulative frequency table which you have constructed, find the number of insects which are less than 50 mm in length. Now, less than 50 is here, right? So how many insects? 32, straight away. Can see it now? Can see it now? Write down, 32. Everybody okay? Can see it? Okay, next question. At least 45 mm in length. What do you mean by at least 45? 45 or more, right? Okay, this one is a bit difficult because even on the cumulative frequency curve, we also have problem with this. Now, 45 mm or less, right? That means it's over here, right? Okay, so it must be 80 minus 22, correct? So not 80. What's this? 40 minus 20. What am I doing today? Let's try it. 40 minus 22, which is what? 18. Everybody clear? Everybody clear? Is it 18? Yes. Now, if I don't want to get from the cumulative, can I get from the frequency? Can, right? How to get? I just add up this part. Can you see you also get 18? Can you see it? Yes or no? Okay? Alright, good. Now, next question. What did they ask? Next part. Part C. Less than 35, no sorry, at least 35 but less than 50. At least 35 must be from, this one is less than, right? 4 is less than, right? But less than what? 50. I must take 32 minus what? 4, right? Do you agree with me? You don't know what I'm saying. Do you agree with me? Do you understand? Okay, wait. I write the question on the board. Then you can see what I'm talking about. All of you look up, huh? At least 35 mm, but less than 50 mm. Okay, all of you look at this statement. All of you look at this statement. Hello. I look at less than 55 first. If I look at less than 55, do you, 50 or 55? 50, less than 50. Do you agree 32 of them less than 50? Correct. That means I take care of the first part already. But do you agree that this one includes everything that's before it? Correct. But the question say what? They must be at least what? At least what? 35. That means those less than 35 we don't want, right? You agree? So we must exclude this one, right? 4 of them. Agree? So 32 minus 4, answer? 28. So can you write down the answer for part C? Everybody okay now? Everybody okay now? Check, huh? Now part 3. Explain why it is not possible to state the number of insects which are 50 mm or less in length. How come? How come we cannot state the number of insects which is 50 mm or less? Can you see 50 mm belong to this class? Less than 50 belong to which class? The previous one, right? Oh, so we cannot state, ma. Or you can look here. This is what? Less than 50. Does it include 50? No. So we cannot state. Everybody clear now? Okay? Alright, last part. If an insect, they can combine probability. If an insect is chosen at random from the 40 insects, find the probability that its length will be less than 50. Less than 50 is 32, right? So it will be 32 over what? 40. Reduce the lowest term, 4 over 5. Are we clear now? Are we clear how to interpret the cumulative frequency table? What is so special about this last number? Can someone tell me again? It will be the total. Everybody clear? Okay, it will be the total number. If you don't get the total number, that means something is wrong with your calculations. Okay, so you have to be careful over there. Alright, now we will move on to the cumulative frequency curve. Cumulative frequency curve is always like that. The vertical will be the cumulative frequency. The data will be down here. Understand? Now, it's usually like that, this shape. But sometimes it can be steeper, sometimes it can be more shallow, that kind of thing. Okay, so it's usually this shape. Alright, now can all of us look at work example 1? Okay, they only gave us one example. Okay, so can all of us look at work example 1? I am going to show you what it means here, okay? Okay, all of you look at the board, because it's exactly the same as the answer. The table below shows the cumulative frequencies for the number of hours 40 students spent using the computer on a particular day. So less than equal to 2, until 40. Can see? Yes or no? Okay, now next. Using a scale of 1 cm to represent 1 hour on the horizontal axis and 1 cm to represent 5 students on the vertical axis, draw this curve. In exam, curve will be given to you. Is that clear? Curve will be given to you. Now, then we are supposed to use the cumulative frequency curve to estimate. Okay, I want you to look at the questions because I'm going to show the curve on the board. Is that clear? Okay, look at the questions. I'm going to show the curve on the board. Can all of you look at the next page? This is the curve that you see on page 79. Am I right? Okay, can all of us look at the question? Kimberly said something wrong. Why are you laughing? Is cumulative frequency very funny? No, huh? Don't look at my graph and then you start laughing. I'll be very scared now. Nobody do maths until so happy one. Usually they are very sad one. Huh? And laughing for no reason is very scary. Do you walk around the street and then you see someone, like that, you run away, right? Because the parent maybe xiao ting tong or something like that. Okay, so I don't want any xiao ting tong in my class. Okay. Alright, now let's take a look at the question here. Using the cumulative curve, estimate the number of students who use the computer for 5 hours or less. Now, can you see 5 hours is here? Can you see it? So, you touch the curve, read here. So, how many students? 14. Now, this side is always less than or equal to. Understand? Less than or equal to depending on the information. This other side will be more. Do you understand? More? I repeat. When you read the number here, it's always less than or equal to. The other side is more or more than or equal to, depending on the definition. Everybody clear? Okay, so the first answer is 14. Are we clear? Next question. The percentage of students who use the computer for more than 6.5 hours. Now, I need to bring your attention to the table first. The table is like this. I just write the last three. Okay. It's a less than or equals to table. Am I right now? I'm talking to you. Okay, all of you look up. If I look at 6, right, I have 24, can you see? That means 24 students use 6 hours or less. Understand? That means 6 hours is included here. Okay, now what did the question say in part B? The percentage of students who use the computer for more than 6.5 hours. Okay, all of you look at 6.5. Can you see it's in the middle here? So I dot up, I read. This is 29, correct? Now, 29 is not the answer. Because 29 is used 6.5 hours or less. Remember I said the other side is all less. So if I want to find more, what do I do? Yes, 40 minus 29. Answer? Don't even know the answer. Must use calculator. 11. I'm telling you this is still not the answer. What did the question say? Huh? Percentage. So what must I do? 11 over 40 times 100%. Then you will get the answer. Is that clear to everyone here? Is that clear to everyone here? So you got to read the question and then you answer. Everybody okay? Everybody okay? Alright, good. Part C. The value of T such that 80% of the students use the computer for at most T hours. At most T means T or less, right? Correct. 80%. That means you must go and find 80% of 40 students, right? Correct. So how much is it? 32 students, right? Correct. Now all of you look. Can you see 32 is here? You move, come here. What's the answer here? 7 hours. So 80% of the students use 7 hours or less. Or at most 7 hours. Are you clear? Alright, now I can use another way to ask this question now. I want you to find the value of T. Listen to my question carefully. I want to find the value of T when 20% of the student use more than this. Can you see it will still be the same answer? 20 of the students use more than this, that means I'm looking at this side. 20% use more means 80% use less, right? Correct? So it's still the same thing. That means there are a few ways to ask the same question. Okay, we'll come to that when we go to more questions. Will that be okay? Alright, good. Last one. Explain why it is not possible, okay, to state the number of students who use a computer for less than 5 hours. How come cannot get less than 5 hours? Because it includes the 5 hours. Can you see it? Can you look at this definition here? We must follow this. That means when we read the curve, it's like that, right? Less than or equals to 5. Okay, so can it be strictly less than 5? No, cannot. The 5 is also included. You understand? So we cannot read from the graph. Is that understood here? Okay, so the question, the answer there says, let's look at part 3 answer. Since the curve drawn is based on less than or equal, the reading on the curve correspond to t equals to 5 will also include students who use the computer for exactly 5 hours. So therefore, it is not possible to state the number of students who use the computer for less than 5 hours. Are we all clear now? Okay, now one thing I want to summarize before I give you the homework for today. Okay, all of you look up. Okay, this may be X, okay, it's like that. I repeat, all look up. If I have, let's say, 7 hours, I up. This number will represent 7 or less than 7, depending on the question. Okay? What if I want to find more than 7? I must take the total minus this value. Because it's the other way around, we are going to get the other side. Is that clear? So, what's the moral story? A cumulative frequency curve, when you read, is always less or equal or less. Okay, the other side is always what? More. But more, you must be careful, you cannot just read the number. You must take the total minus what you have read. Because the numbers on the vertical axis is always giving you less than 1. Is that understood now? Is that understood? Okay, very good. Now, what's the number on the content page of your file? Now I write what? 9. Now I write 9. Okay. Can all of you write 9? Today's date. Write down cumulative frequency. Foolscap paper. Okay. Now, I only have 4 questions for you. If any part of the question you cannot do, no need to cry. Understand? Huh? Just try your best in doing the question. Okay? I want question 4, 5, 9 and 10. 4, 5, 9 and 10. Is that okay? Those questions that you cannot answer, no need to cry now. We will come back and do it on Monday. Is that understood? Okay, you start your homework. Edwin, stop the video. You still have about 5 minutes. You start your homework now on question 4. This one is simple, so I'm not going to say anything. You read it yourself. Yes. Hurry up.